Hey everyone, what's going on? Today is July 17th of 2021, and in this video we're going to talk about the passing of rapper Biz Markie, who died yesterday, July 16th, with news breaking later in the afternoon. Rumors of Biz Markie's death began circulating on June 30th, and there's an article linked in my post that discusses this. And this was all over social media. A lot of people were expressing their condolences, but he hadn't passed away yet. So this was just a little more than 2 weeks before he actually died. We'll look more at this date a little bit later. But the big part of this riddle is that Biz Markie was a rapper for Warner Brothers Records. In fact, I believe 5 of his 6 studio albums were released under the Warner Brothers label. On top of that, Biz Markie had a number of legal disputes about sampling with Warner Brothers. His death on July 16th, 2021, is the same day as the release of Space Jam 2 in the United States, which is, of course, a film put on by Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers is a huge theme of this film, as the various characters in the Warner Brothers universe appear all over the place, and LeBron has to go and collect them for his team. In the alphabetic order, Warner Bros. Sums to 133. This is the same ordinal value as Biz Markie's full name, Marcel Theo Hall. When you add Biz Markie to his name, you also get 133 in reduction. And it's reported that Markie died from complications of type 2 diabetes, which also has an ordinal value of 133. What also stands out is that the name Biz Markie has matching 49 Gematria with Space Jam. And consider how space and outer space is really all the rage this week, as a few days ago billionaire Richard Branson took a personal spacecraft to the edge of space, and in a few days, Amazon owner Jeff Bezos will be doing the same. Now, this week is very significant to outer space, as July 20th, which again comes up in a few days, that'll be the date of Bezos' flight. July 20th is the anniversary of the landing of the Apollo 11 spacecraft, which is said to be the first manned mission to the moon. Apollo 11 took off from Earth on July 16th, which is the date of the release of Space Jam and the death of Biz Markie. That event occurred in 1969, and that means this year is 52 years after the moon landing. In standard reduction gematria, Warner Bros. Equals 52, so does both type 2 diabetes and diabetes. Now, Warner Brothers is connected to the moon as it was founded in the year 1923. And 1923 is the year that we began counting lunar phases. So if you check out like timeanddate.com, you'll see lunation counts began earlier that year in January. The number 52 is significant for another reason. Let's consider how the word heart has a gematria value of 52. In astrology, the constellation that rules the heart is Leo. As you see, it rules the heart and spinal column, as well as the upper back. This year, Leo begins on July 22nd, the date written 7/22. And Leo is the only sign on the zodiac that's ruled by the sun. Now, in real life, LeBron James, measuring from his birthday to the birthday of his firstborn son, Bronny James, who, by the way, has been in the news recently since musician Drake recently gifted Bronny James a new car for as he's 16 years old now and can drive. But if you measure from LeBron James to LeBron James Jr.'s birthday, you get exactly 7,220 days, a number that represents 722. Again, the first day of Leo, ruled by the sun. And in Space Jam 2, LeBron James is on a quest to rescue his son from the Warner Brothers universe. Now, when we're talking about the heart, it's important to understand the one holiday on the calendar that is closest to the heart. That would be Valentine's Day, which of course falls on the date 2/14, February 14th. Intriguingly, if you measure from the founding date of Warner Brothers to the birthday of Biz Markie, let's punch this in here, you get exactly 2,140 weeks. Again, reminding us of the heart and Valentine's Day. On top of that, the release of Space Jam 2 and the death of Biz Markie fell exactly 214 days after the last total solar eclipse. And we're going to dig into the eclipse code towards the end of this video and see how the death of Biz Markie is connected. So, again, a rapper from Warner Brothers Records dying the same day as the release of Space Jam, a Warner Brothers film. Now, in this movie, there's a rap scene where Porky Pig grabs the microphone and tries to rap. And, of course, the media just stomped all over this scene, calling it terrible. But what I want to point out is that the character Porky Pig from Warner Brothers has a reverse gematria value of 99. And if you measure from the release of Space Jam 2 back to the release of the original Space Jam, it's exactly 9,009 days apart. Biz Markie was born on the 99th day of a leap year, and his death fell 99 days after his birthday. 99 is a heavily significant number to the two Great American Total Solar Eclipses that are occurring within about a 6-year period, a period of time that we're currently in the middle of. In reduction gematria, the United States of America equals 99. And this total solar eclipse back in 2017 was the first coast-to-coast eclipse in the United States in 99 years, since all the way back in 1918. On top of that, the second Great American Eclipse occurs on, well, look at that, April 8th, the 99th day of a leap year, which happens to be the birthday of Marcel Hall, who was better known to us as Biz Markie. And the number 99 is significant to the moon. The moon has a reverse gematria value of 99, connecting it to the number 13, the only number to sum to 99 in ordinal. And consider how the moon begins with the 13th letter, it ends with the 13th letter in reverse, and the moon has about 13 lunar phases per year. Every couple years we get 13 full moons. Now, the 9th prime number is 23. We pointed out how Warner Brothers was founded in 1923. The name LeBron James equals 923. In fact, Biz Markie's birthday falls 99 days after LeBron James in most years, in non-leap years. Now, the 99th prime number is 523. In February of 2020, SiriusXM announced that Biz Markie would be taking over a new show on SiriusXM Radio, the LL Cool J hip-hop station. And if you measure from this announcement to the date of his death, it was a span of 523 days. Now, 523 is a significant number to hip-hop artists this year. Consider how back in April, we had the death of DMX, which was a major hip-hop sacrifice. DMX had 5 best-selling albums, #1 Billboard chart albums in the late 90s and early aughts. And the name Earl Simmons equals 523 in Satanic Gematria. And DMX died back on the 99th day of the year. Again, 523, the 99th prime number. So not only did Biz Markie have a connection to LL Cool J, as he was hosting a show on LL Cool J's Rock the Bells radio, but LL Cool J was involved in a sync with DMX as well, because DMX was featured on an LL Cool J song named 4321 from 1997, and the date written 4/3/21 is the date that we learned of the hospitalization of DMX. If you write out Biz Markie in Gematria, you get 9, 4, and 49. And consider how DMX died on the 9th of April, written 9/4, or 4/9. So as shown in the headline, Biz Markie was a singer best known for his track Just a Friend. And he was often called a one-hit wonder in the mainstream. In fact, VH1 acknowledged this as well. So first, let's talk about how the number 99, which we know is connected with the moon, as we discussed. In standard reduction gematria, 99 sums to 57. And Biz Markie died at the age of 57. His nickname, Marquis, equals 57 in the alphabetic order. And this is another number significant to the moon, which has a 57-degree range of declination. Remember, he died on the anniversary of the launch of Apollo 11, what we're told is the first manned mission to the moon. The 57th prime number is 269. And check out the date of the release of Just a Friend. September 26th, the date that can be written 26/9, the 57th prime number. And on top of that, 26/9 is also the 269th day of the year. Really the only date on the calendar that has this alignment between how it's written and the number of days in the year. Intriguingly, the phrase just a friend has matching gematria with sacrifice. And if you measure from the release of this song to the date that rumors of his death began circulating, you get 11,600 days. And of course, that's an upside-down 9/11, which is connected to the sacrifice code. Biz Markie, just a friend, also equals 221, and this numeric ritual, of course, occurring in the year 2021. The date that Biz Markie died had numerology that perfectly overlaps the word kill. And the name Biz has some matching numbers with kill as well, including the number 17. And his death fell a span of 17 days after rumors of his death started. The 17th prime number is 59, connecting us to both Biz Markie and his real name, Marcel Hall. 59 is a number that we're far too familiar with when it comes to stories about black celebrities. The words slave, Negro, blues, Rasta, all summing to 59 in the alphabetic order. And the number 59 stands out because it's made up of two digits, right? 5 and 9. And 5 and 9 are the only two numbers to have an ordinal value of 42. And 42 is really the other big number that we're commonly seeing in stories about black people. The N-word, slavery, bigotry, brothers, February, which is Black History Month, all have values of 42 in reduction. And check out how the name Marquis also equals 42. His death fell a span of exactly 42 weeks after the anniversary of the release of Just a Friend. Now, the 42nd prime number is 181. And when news of his death, the false rumors began, it was the 181st day of the year. Remember, this was the same day that another black celebrity, Bill Cosby, was in the news for getting released from prison, which I have a post on as well. And Biz Markie was also 1,081 weeks older than LeBron James. His birthday fell 181 days after the son of LeBron James, Bronny James. And just to show how there's a little bit more racist coding in this event, consider how the N-word has an ordinal value of 60. And Biz Markie would have turned 60 years old on the date of the second Great American Total Solar Eclipse. But check this out. If you take his full name, Marcel Theo Hall, and add his stage name, Biz Markie, you get a Jewish Gematria value of 997. And Biz Markie died 997 days before this Great American Total Solar Eclipse. 997 is another prime number, the 168th. Rapper Biz Markie equals 168. So does Marcel Hall with capital letters taken into account. News of his death, the hoax news, first circulated 1,409 days after the first American eclipse. And check out how, in the reverse alphabetic order, the name Biz Markie equals 149. All right, now there's one more thing I wanted to share. If you look up top on Biz Markie's Wikipedia page, there's a note that says not to be confused with Biz Mackie. And I thought, that's pretty close. Could there possibly be a numeric connection between Biz Markie and Biz Mackie? And sure enough, Biz Mackie was a member of the Negro Leagues. And we talked about how there was so much racist coding in this story about Biz Markie. And then I noticed that Biz Mackie died shortly after the birth of Biz Markie. So check out what happens when you measure from Biz Markie's birthday to the death of Biz Mackie. You get exactly 76 weeks. Mackie was a member of the Negro Leagues. The word Negro equals 76, like slave. Blues is 76. His full name, James Raleigh Mackie, even sums to 76 in the standard reduction method. If you include his nickname, James Raleigh Biz Mackie equals 95. Biz Mackie equals 95 in ordinal. And Biz Markie was born on a date with primary numerology of 95. So how strange is that there's even a connection to this Negro Leagues player, Biz Mackie. And oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. Look where he was born. Eagle Pass, Texas. Wow, guys, this is crazy. Eagle Pass, Texas is the first city in the United States that the Great American Total Solar Eclipse in 2024 passes over. See this? See where Eagle Pass, Texas is? It's on the border here of the Rio Grande River. And if you zoom in, you see that's where the eclipse starts. This is the first one. So I talked about this in relation to Joe Montana as well. Remember last year we had the Montana Bowl, and Joe Montana was completely coded with the eclipse code. So wow, that's a pretty wild find, isn't it? I can't believe it. And he even debuted in the year 1918. 1918 was the last time we had a coast-to-coast total solar eclipse before 2017. Amazing. All right, guys, with that, we'll wrap the video up. Thanks to everybody for jumping in. Peace, love, God bless, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.